Welcome back to Horoscope TV. Okay, let's unpack this because today our whole conversation is focused entirely on you.
Yeah, literally just you.
Exactly. If you're a Leo, born under that bright, beautiful, fiery sign, you are in the exact right place. We are going to carefully analyze the astrological charts for the month of April 2026.
And there is a lot to
There
analyze.
really is. We want to see exactly what is coming your way. But before we get into the specific dates and all the planet movements, we want to make a quick promise.
Right. No confusing jargon.
None. We're keeping this friendly, warm, and highly accessible. We're speaking directly to you. No big words that need a university education, I promise.
Yeah, reading astro data shouldn't feel like you're trapped in some weird complex science class.
Exactly. If a planet does something strange, we'll explain how it actually affects your normal, everyday life.
Because the sky is really just a mirror. It's reflecting a story about your life.
I love that. So let's start with a wide view. Can you give us a quick overview of what April looks like for a Leo? Like, what's the main theme?
Well, the main theme is a massive journey of personal growth, but it's broken into two very distinct phases.
Okay, two phases. What's the first one?
First, the astrological charts show a really strong focus on healing old wounds. Looking backward for a minute and letting go of some heavy feelings.
Right, getting the junk out of the trunk.
Exactly. And then once you do that, you eventually step into a place of totally unstoppable confidence.
Oh, wow. Unstoppable confidence. I mean, that's what every Leo wants to feel, right?
Oh, for sure.
That bright center of attention energy where you just walk into a room and own it.
Yes, but the astro data is very clear here. You can't just, jump straight to the confidence part
Wait, why not?
because you have to do the quiet internal work first. You've got to clear out the old cobwebs in your mind before your inner fire can shine its brightest.
That makes total sense. I mean, it's like you can't build a beautiful new house on a cracked foundation. You have to fix the concrete first.
That's a great way to look at it.
So that brings us right into our first segment, the inner journey. Fixing that foundation while balancing some really big dreams. Let's look at April 5th.
Yeah, so on April 5th, the astro data shows that the sun squares Jupiter.
Okay, hold on. Let's break that down in plain English. What is a square?
Right, so a square is when two planets are sitting at a sharp 90-degree angle to each other in the sky.
And why does an angle matter? Like, why do we care if they're at 90 degrees instead of just sitting next to each other?
Because a 90-degree angle creates friction. It's, think about two cars driving on different roads, and they meet at a four-way stop at the exact same time.
Oh, and they both think they have the right of way.
Exactly. Both drivers want to hit the gas, and that creates tension. So in the sky, a square forces two different types of energy to clash.
Which creates a big, urgent push in your life.
Right. And one of those cars at the intersection is the sun.
And the sun is a huge deal for Leos, right?
It's basically everything. The sun is your ruling planet. It's the boss of your chart, so it affects you more deeply than anything else.
It's your core energy.
Yes, your heart, your ego, your basic sense of who you are. So when the sun is involved in a clash, you feel it all the way down in your bones.
Wow. Okay, so the sun is one car. What's the other car? Jupiter.
Yes, and Jupiter is the planet that makes everything bigger. It's all about growth, luck, expansion. It really doesn't know the word stop.
Oh, so when these two clash...
Your core Leo energy clashes with this wild desire to make everything huge. You feel totally ready to conquer the world.
Like waking up with superpowers.
Exactly.
But wait, that sounds amazing. Having superpowers and wanting to grow? Why is that a problem?
Because there's a really dangerous trap here. Overconfidence.
Oh, I see.
You feel so good and so powerful that there's a huge risk of making promises you can't actually keep.
Like telling your boss you can finish a massive project in 2 days.
Or promising your friends you'll plan a huge party from scratch, while also agreeing to help 5 different people with their life problems in one afternoon.
Oh my gosh, yes. Imagine walking into a grocery store completely starved.
Oh, that's the perfect analogy.
Right, your stomach is growling so loud people 2 aisles over can hear it. You grab a cart and you just start throwing things in. 3 massive frosted cakes, 5 frozen pizzas, giant bags of chips.
Stuff you don't even like.
Exactly. You feel like you could eat every single item right then and there, but by the time you get home, you spent $100 and you don't even have the basic ingredients to make one normal dinner.
That is exactly what your ego is going to do on April 5th.
Your spirit is just starving for big success.
Yes. You want to throw every single idea into your cart,
Mm.
but the charts are gently warning you to stay humble.
Take small steps.
Right. Taking small, steady steps is much better than rushing blindly into a massive new project just because you feel a temporary rush of adrenaline.
But I have to push back slightly here. I mean, shouldn't Leos dream big?
Well, yeah, of course.
Leos are known for being bold and bright and theatrical. Telling a Leo to take small steps feels a little bit like telling a lion to act like a house cat.
That's a very fair point.
Mm.
But the danger isn't the dream itself. Dreaming big is wonderful.
So what's the issue?
The danger is acting blindly without a map. It's the difference between wanting to climb a massive mountain
Which is great.
and just running out your front door to climb it without any warm clothes or water or gear.
Oh, okay. So keep the dream, but slow down the steps, pack your climbing gear before you run up the mountain.
Exactly. Make a highly practical, step-by-step plan. Don't skip the details.
Love that. Okay, moving to the middle of the month, April 16th, the charts say this is a beautiful chance to heal. What's happening in the sky?
On April 16th, the sun forms a conjunction with Chiron.
A conjunction, so that's not a square.
Right. Unlike a square where the cars are fighting, a conjunction simply means two bodies in the sky line up right next to each other
Driving in the exact same lane.
at the exact same speed. Their energies blend completely. And Chiron is known as a comet that helps us heal our deepest, oldest hurts.
Wait, let me stop you there. I've heard Chiron called the wounded healer in mythology.
Yes, that's correct.
That usually implies a wound that never quite goes away. That sounds like ripping off a bandage to clean out a cut, not a peaceful walk in the park. Is it really going to be gentle?
I'm so glad you brought that up because normally Chiron energy can be quite painful. It forces you to look at things that hurt.
Right.
But we have to analyze how it's happening this month. It's forming a conjunction with the sun. And for a Leo, the sun is pure warmth, light, and life force.
Ah, so the sun is acting like a soothing medicine.
Yes, its bright light is shining directly on the wound, but not to burn it. It's shining light to show you that the wound is actually already closed.
Oh, wow.
It's a powerful moment to forgive past mistakes. If you've been carrying around lingering sadness or you're mad at yourself for something foolish you did last year, this is the day you realize the pain doesn't control you anymore.
You just feel this deep inner peace wash over you.
Exactly.
It's like doing a massive renovation on an old house. You've been terrified to tear down this one ugly wall in your living room because you were absolutely convinced there was water damage and mold behind it.
Yes, you've been stressing about it for a year.
Right, and on April 16th, you finally take a sledgehammer, knock a hole in the wall, shine a flashlight in there, which is the sun, and you realize it's perfectly clean.
The wooden beams are totally solid.
There was never anything to be afraid of.
That is a brilliant analogy.
Yeah.
When you analyze this specific moment, it allows you to quietly reflect on your personal journey without any fear.
You stop looking at what went wrong.
And you start looking at how much you've grown, you survived the hard times, the house is solid.
Tearing down the wall to realize how strong you are, I love that. And realizing your own strength leads us perfectly into the final week of the month.
The burst of personal power.
Yes, April 23rd and 24th, what's happening?
The energy completely shifts here. On April 23rd, the moon enters the sign of Leo.
And the moon rules our emotions, right?
Exactly. Our emotions, instincts, the things we keep private. When it moves into your own bright sign of Leo, it brings your hidden desires right out of the shadows.
Straight into the spotlight.
Yes. You completely stop hiding what you really want out of life. And then the very next day, April 24th, we have a first quarter moon, also in Leo.
Okay, why does a first quarter moon matter?
Well, think of a new moon like planting a seed in the dirt. It's dark, quiet, nothing's happening on the surface.
Right.
But a first quarter moon is the exact moment that little green plant pushes its way out of the heavy dirt and into the air.
It takes force to do that.
It requires pushing. It gives you a massive burst of personal motivation. Those quiet, healing days are officially over. You are ready to move forward.
You have all this unstoppable confidence suddenly flowing through your veins. So how can our Leo listener actively use this? What should they actually do?
Well, the Astrodata lists April 23rd and 24th as your absolute best dates for the entire month.
Oh, wow. Mark your calendars. Seriously, this is the time to proudly show everyone your true spirit. If there's a difficult conversation you've been too scared to have it now.
Start that big goal.
Put yourself out there. Wear your brightest clothes. Speak up loud and clear. The universe is literally handing you a microphone, and it's time to use it.
Take the microphone and sing. But here's the thing about singing into a microphone. You can't do it if your vocal cords are shot.
No, you definitely cannot.
You can't conquer the world if you're physically exhausted. So let's shift gears to segment 2 and talk about health and wellness, fueling your inner fire.
This is incredibly critical this month because your energy goes sharply up and down. We have days of high fire and days of heavy earth.
Let's start early in the month, April 8th. The charts say it's a time to get grounded,
Yes, on April 8th, the moon enters Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign.
which means it's slow.
Slow, steady, highly practical, and deeply focused on reality. It forces you to look at your daily physical routines. Stop looking at the clouds and look at the dirt under your feet.
Exactly. Getting back to the absolute basics of keeping a human body alive, you need a grounded, highly disciplined routine today.
Like going to bed at a reasonable hour.
Going to bed, eating highly nutritious meals instead of just grabbing fast food because you're busy? It's a great day to start a healthy habit, like drinking more water or making that doctor appointment you've been putting off.
But why is this earthy, boring routine so important for a Leo? Leos usually hate boring routines.
They do, but that's exactly why they need it. Leos have a habit of running on pure excitement.
Oh, yeah. When they're inspired, they feel invincible.
They feel like they don't even need sleep. But I want to calmly point out that you cannot run a machine on endless excitement without eventually burning out the engine.
You have to treat your body with respect.
It's an absolute must, or you will crash hard before the month is even half over.
You have to fill the gas tank if you want to drive the sports car fast. And speaking of fast, April 17th brings a total rush of fresh, fiery energy.
Yes, the new moon in Aries. Aries is another fire sign, just like Leo. So this gives you the perfect clean slate.
It's like a refreshing restart for your physical body.
It's exactly like taking that sports car into the shop. Full tune-up, brand new tires, fresh tank of premium gas.
When you pull out of the garage, the car just drives smoother and feels brand new.
A perfect comparison. This new moon offers you a chance to totally revamp your fitness goals. You're going to feel deeply motivated to get outside and move.
Let's brainstorm some ways a Leo might want to use this because, as we said, they don't want a boring routine.
Right, running on a treadmill, staring at a blank wall won't cut it. They want playfulness.
Maybe join a new sports team, a local softball league where you can cheer on teammates.
Or a friendly tennis group with a little fun competition. Or even a high-energy dance class where you can express yourself to loud music.
The astro charts show that sweating out your stress is the key to keeping your mind clear.
Yes, because when your body works hard and breaks a sweat, it actually calms your nervous system down. It burns off the anxious energy so you can focus on your goals.
But then just a few days later, things get tricky. April 20th, the charts warn about racing thoughts. What causes that?
On April 20th, Mercury forms a conjunction with Mars. Mercury is the planet of your mind and nervous system. Mars is action, speed, and aggression.
So when they meet,
Your mind is basically handed a giant cup of espresso. Your thoughts race incredibly fast. You feel totally restless.
wait, logical question here. If I just got all this amazing new physical fire energy on the 17th, why do I have to slow down on the 20th?
We have to analyze the difference between physical energy and mental electricity.
Okay, what's the difference?
The energy on the 17th was physical fire in your muscles. It felt healthy to move. But the energy on the 20th is mental fire. Nervous, frantic electricity in your brain.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel grounding. Under this influence, you might try to do a million things at once. Answer 10 emails, clean the kitchen, call 3 friends, and plan a vacation all in 1 hour.
Wow, just hearing that makes my chest feel tight.
It's completely exhausting. Your
Yeah.
brain will just shut down from the overload, like a computer freezing because you opened too many programs.
You have to be careful not to push your mind too hard today.
Yes. Practice deep breathing. Sit totally still in a quiet room for 10 minutes. Protecting your nervous system is critical.
So rule of thumb, April 17th, let the body run wild. April 20th, force the brain to take a nap.
Precisely. Manage the 2 types of energy differently.
That is incredibly helpful. And having a clear mind is the perfect tool for tackling our next segment, work and career, leading the pack and staying cool under pressure.
Your career sector sees a lot of action this month.
Let's look at April 9th, bold leadership.
Mars enters Aries on the 9th. Mars is action and drive, and Aries is a fearless fire sign. This combination is highly potent.
A massive surge of motivation to tackle your biggest career goals.
Yes, you won't be afraid to step up as leader. You'll want to share your most creative ideas with your team.
So a great time to be in a boardroom.
Fantastic time.
Hmm.
Mars brings fiery energy, and since Leo's a fire sign, it's a mathematically perfect match.
Like throwing dry wood on a campfire.
The flames just jump higher. Your natural enthusiasm will deeply inspire your coworkers. They'll want to follow your confident lead.
So if our listener has a vision for a new project, April 9th is the day to raise your hand and say, let me take charge.
Absolutely. But as the month goes on, that fast energy changes completely.
Right, April 20th, building lasting security. What shifts here?
The sun leaves Aries and enters Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign.
So the mood goes from fast and fiery to steady and practical.
Your career sector is still lit up, but in a much slower, deliberate way.
It's like building a house. April 9th is drawing the big, exciting blueprints, thrilling, right? But April 20th is when you put on a hard hat, mix the cement, and lay down the bricks one by one.
That's a very accurate way to understand it.
It's not as flashy, but it's the only way the house survives the storm.
Yes, you have to move from the excitement of the idea to the reality of the daily hard work. Prove your long-term value to your boss.
Show them you can handle the heavy lifting. This would be a perfect time to ask for a promotion, right?
Yes, because you're proving you are deeply reliable. And Taurus energy rewards reliability above almost everything else.
But then, just when you're laying your bricks, we hit a massive rough patch. The climax of the month, April 25th and 26th.
A very intense mix of tension, followed by sudden mentorship.
Let's start with the tension on the 25th.
The sun forms a square with Pluto. We know squares bring heavy clashes, and Pluto is the planet of hidden power, control, and authority.
So when the sun, your core identity, clashes with Pluto,
It almost always causes a sudden, intense power struggle.
like a disagreement with a strict manager.
Exactly. You might feel someone is trying to control you unfairly, or a boss might reject your brilliant idea in a way that feels deeply insulting.
Your Leo pride is going to want to fight back.
You'll feel an overwhelming urge to argue and prove you're right.
Yeah.
But you absolutely must stay calm.
You cannot lose your temper.
You must handle this with complete grace. If you yell or storm out, you will cause lasting damage to your professional reputation. Take a deep breath, bite your tongue, and act with total professionalism.
Why is it so critical to swallow your pride on this specific day?
Because of the mechanics of what happens the very next day.
Okay, April 26th.
On the 26th, the sun forms a positive angle, a sextile with the node.
The node? What is that?
It's a mathematical point in the sky that represents your future life path and destiny. When the sun connects smoothly here, it brings a highly helpful career mentor into your life.
Oh, so if you throw a massive temper tantrum on the 25th, that mentor is going to see you acting like a child.
Exactly.
Right.
And they won't want to help you at all. The universe is setting up a test. The power struggle is the test.
If you show maturity during the fight, someone wise notices.
Yes, a senior leader or experienced coworker will step in on the 26th, take you under their wing, and help you overcome the hurdle.
That is such a fascinating sequence. Handle the tension, get the reward 24 hours later.
The astro data tells a complete story.
I love that. And making smart moves at work naturally leads to our next segment, money and finance.
Smart budgets and brilliant ideas.
Money matters start out strict but get wildly exciting later, right? Let's look at April 10th. Strict budgets.
The last quarter moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn demands strict discipline and looking at cold, hard facts.
So reviewing your spending habits.
Brutally reviewing them. This is the day you look at the grocery receipt and realize you spent $100 on frozen pizza.
Ouch. So sit at the kitchen table, open the bank statements, and make a strict budget.
Cut out unnecessary luxury expenses.
Like canceling that premium streaming service you never watch. Or making coffee at home instead of buying a fancy latte every morning.
It might feel restrictive, but being responsible now creates massive peace of mind later. You're building a safety net.
So if your car breaks down, you're not stressed. The money's there.
Exactly. Practical choices over flashy spending.
It lets you sleep better. But I'm excited for April 14th because the energy totally flips. Brilliant flashes of inspiration.
Yes. Mercury forms a happy, easy sextile with Uranus. Mercury rules your mind. Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, wild ideas, and electricity.
I love Uranus energy. It's literally catching lightning in a bottle.
It really is. You'll just be doing something normal, taking a shower, and bam, a fully formed idea drops into your head.
Uranus doesn't follow logic, it's just sudden.
You might think of a totally unique side hustle, or a smart way to invest the savings you just built up on the 10th.
I want to give some strong practical advice to the listener here. Keep a physical notepad by your bed Or have your phone's notes app ready.
Oh, absolutely. Your brain will be moving at light speed.
You might forget the idea 5 minutes later if you don't write it down.
Write it down the second it happens. Trust your strange, innovative thoughts today. Don't ignore them just because they seem a little impossible at first.
Write it down now. Figure out how to make it real later. And speaking of making it real, April 26th brings a big focus on networking and new wealth.
That same electric planet, Uranus, enters the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign of communication, sharing information, and connecting with large groups.
So you have the wild idea from the 14th, and now you're finding the right people to make it happen.
Precisely. The Astro Data is giving you a step-by-step business plan.
You might discover a new way to make money online or join a local community group that shares investing tips.
The charts note that embracing modern technology is key here.
The absolute key is staying open-minded, right?
Totally. If someone invites you to an online seminar about a topic you know nothing about, say yes. Don't let your pride stop you from learning.
Leos are great at learning when they're passionate, so keep your eyes open on April 26th. Now, we've covered the practical stuff: health, career, money. It's time to put the focus on your heart. Segment 5, love and romance.
It's quite a roller coaster ride this month.
A journey from hidden tension to beautiful, deep magic. Let's start with the bumpy part, April 3rd.
Venus squares Pluto. Venus is love and relationships. Pluto is hidden power, secrets, and intense transformation.
And when they clash?
It almost always brings up deep feelings of jealousy, suspicion, or hidden tension that's been brewing under the surface.
Why does the month have to start with such a heavy vibe? 3 days in, and we're dealing with jealousy.
It sounds difficult, but it's important for how real relationships grow. Pluto acts like a high-powered flashlight shining into dark corners.
If there's a worry you've bottled up, Pluto forces it out.
Exactly. Maybe you feel your partner isn't listening to you, or you're jealous of how much they work.
So instead of letting it rot in the dark, you deal with it, like finding termites in the floorboards. You have to rip up the floor and fix the damage before you can build a beautiful living room.
The astro charts state very clearly: communicate openly. If you just cross your arms and give your partner the silent treatment, the tension gets worse.
Speak honestly and kindly.
Yes, it builds a much stronger foundation for the fun coming later. What if our listener is single?
Yeah, how does this affect single Leos?
Avoid rushing into a serious relationship today. The energy is too heavy and obsessive. You might feel a desperate urge to lock someone down immediately.
Resist that urge.
Let things develop naturally. Take it slow.
Fix the floorboards. Because once you get past Pluto, the sun comes out. April 13th is sweet and lucky energy.
Venus forms a sextile with Jupiter. A very happy, easy flow. Venus is love. Jupiter is luck and joy.
One of the absolute best days for love.
You wake up feeling generous, deeply appreciated. Your natural Leo charm is turned up to max volume.
You walk into a coffee shop and people just naturally smile at you. You effortlessly attract loving attention.
It's a warm magnetic energy. An amazing day to plan a fun date. Go to a nice restaurant or surprise your partner with a thoughtful gift.
It doesn't have to be expensive, just a bouquet of flowers or their favorite snack.
Just spread that happy energy around. And it keeps growing as the month ends, April 24th and 26th.
Playful connections and spiritual bonds.
On the 24th, Venus enters Gemini, the air sign of talking and laughing.
You just want to chat with your partner all day long.
You'll highly enjoy sending funny text messages during the workday or staying up late having fascinating conversations about weird ideas.
It feels like your partner is your absolute best friend.
And then 2 days later, on the 26th, it gets even deeper. Venus forms a sextile with Neptune.
Neptune brings what?
Dreams, magic, deep spiritual connection, an ocean where boundaries disappear. It adds otherworldly magic to your romantic bond.
You move from joking around to feeling a deep, unspoken, soul-level connection. You just look at each other and know exactly what the other person is feeling.
The astro data shows a clear path. You do the hard, uncomfortable work on April 3rd, and the universe rewards you with pure magic by the 26th.
It's a beautiful romantic story. Okay, we've navigated career, money, health, and love. Let's look at the ultimate cheat sheet for April in our final segment, the extras: colors, numbers, and cosmic companions.
These small daily details really help you tune into your best personal energy.
Your lucky color of the month is gold. Color code #FFD700, a bright, rich gold.
Highly appropriate for a Leo, especially with the sun so active. Gold represents warmth, wealth, inner confidence, and royalty.
So how can our listener use this? Let's go back to that tense meeting with the boss on April 25th. You could wear a gold tie or even a piece of gold jewelry hidden under your sleeve to boost your confidence.
A brilliant psychological idea. It's a physical reminder of your power. You can also buy a gold notebook to write down those fast financial ideas on April 14th.
A gold notebook for golden ideas. And what about lucky numbers? The charts say 1, 14, 25, 37, 49, and 55.
Numbers are fun little nods from the universe. Your coffee costs exactly 5.55, or you get a meeting in room 37 where you meet your mentor.
Just a small signal you're on the right path. And your absolute best dates are April 23rd and 24th. Circle those.
Plan your biggest moves for those 2 days.
Now let's talk about people. Your best match is Aquarius. Why is an Aquarius the perfect companion?
Leo is a fire sign. Aquarius is an air sign. Add air to fire, it burns brighter. Aquarius has brilliant, unconventional ideas that perfectly match your creative drive.
The charts mention April 2nd, a full moon.
Aquarius is perfect for fun social events. They're quirky, interesting, and know how to have a good time without drama.
And on April 16th, when you're doing that deep internal healing with Chiron.
If you feel insecure, an Aquarius will look at you objectively and remind you how special you are without making it overly emotional.
Just clear-headed support. And on April 20th, when you're building career security.
They offer amazing objective advice. They see the big structural picture you might miss.
And finally, your biggest day, April 24th. When you take the microphone, they won't be jealous.
An Aquarius is perfectly secure. They'll cheer you on from the front row without a single drop of jealousy.
So find an Aquarius. But on the flip side, your worst match, Taurus. Stay far, far away from Taurus energy.
Your least compatible partner this month. The energy will just clash constantly.
They are slow, stubborn, and will frustrate your need for fast results.
Earth moves at a slow pace. Fire wants to consume quickly. When you want to run forward, they want to sit down and ask for a spreadsheet.
On April 5th, when you want to take a big risk, they'll coldly criticize you for being too flashy.
Pop your balloon of excitement.
And on April 25th, during that intense power struggle,
If you argue with a Taurus, it'll be a massive, exhausting battle. Neither of you will compromise. Just 2 brick walls hitting each other.
pushing a concrete boulder up a hill. Oh, and the charts warn they'll ruin your desire for grand romantic gestures. You want a surprise date under the stars, they want to stay home and balance the checkbook.
Their practical nature ruins the magic right now. Just keep a polite, quiet distance.
Smile and wave from across the room. Well, we have covered so much ground today, from finding inner strength to electric financial ideas, managing power struggles with grace, and magical romance. As we wrap up, we always leave you with a final provocative thought.
Yes, think about the nature of the universe. We talked about intense tension, especially around the 25th. You might ask, why are the stars doing this to me?
Right, am I just forced to have a bad day?
Consider free will versus astrological determinism. The stars don't force you to yell at your boss. They simply set the stage and provide friction.
What if the universe is providing friction to test your free will?
Exactly. You've done the deep healing. The stage is set. Will you let the friction control you, or will you use your free will to lead with calm grace?
The stars set the stage, but you write the script with your choices. Think about that the next time you feel the urge to lose your temper. We want to thank you so warmly for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV. We hope this helps you navigate your beautiful, fiery Leo energy this month. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified the very moment the next episode is available. Keep your fire shining bright, and we will see you next time.